Hey gang, it's your boy. So Subway's decided to refresh their brand? Let's see how that went. From July 14th, 2021, CNN, Subway restaurants are getting a makeover, but they're slapping on more than just a fresh coat of paint. Subway is updating its entire menu, the biggest change in its history. CEO says customers are looking for fresh ingredients and healthy options. That's something people used to come to Subway for, but competitors have taken customers away over the years. Not helping, a controversy about how real Subway's tuna is. When I posted this in my Discord, one of my friends brought this up. Apparently there was a lawsuit. Here we are from NBC News, dated January 29th of this year. A class action lawsuit filed last week in California accuses Subway, the Connecticut-based fast food giant, of fraud and false advertising over the content of its tuna sandwiches, which the suit claims is an entirely non-tuna based mixture that defendants blended to resemble tuna and imitate its texture. I mean, that's gotta be the most unappealing picture of a Subway sandwich I've ever seen. I mean, I've eaten at Subway, unfortunately. You do what you do in a pinch when you're hungry, and that's the only thing around. But, God, that just looks horrible. Subway denied the allegations, telling NBC News in a statement it delivers 100% cooked tuna to its restaurants, which is mixed with mayonnaise and used in freshly made sandwiches and wraps. The plaintiffs claim that they are seeking to represent a class of Subway customers who bought tuna sandwiches that they claim entirely lack any trace of tuna as a component, let alone the main or predominant ingredient. The managing attorney for the law firm which filed the suit repeated the suit's claim that independent tests of multiple samples sold at different locations showed the absence of tuna or even a fish protein. I guess they did some sort of DNA testing on it, which prompted Subway to come out with this website, subwaytunafacts.com. Subway tuna is real tuna. Let's go back to the facelift article because that comes up in this conversation. Here it is. What's the deal with Subway tuna? Can you just clarify that for us? I'm really glad you asked that question. Yes, he is, because that's the whole point of the interview. Otherwise, I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate it. The amended complaint, to be corrected, now does say it is 100% tuna. The question, what kind of tuna it is. But they acknowledge it is 100% tuna. That's not the real issue. If you follow the science, once tuna is cooked, its DNA becomes denatured, which means when you go to test it, you can't tell one way or the other. We have a website out there called subwaytunafacts.com, and it will take you through all the science. So I'm guessing that was like one of the main reasons for the refresh of the brand.
I'm totally screwed. Like those poor guys who had to come up with a new ad campaign for Subway.
Hey, I'm Mike. I like sandwiches and people my own age.
Subway, please don't think of pedophilia.
But when trying to get a sense of just what was changing on the menu, the CEO couldn't really answer. Can you give us a sense of how much is changing? No. At this point, it's way too early, man. It's challenging, but we're a little insulated. Okay. At least in the short run, because of this big brand refresh. As an example, we're giving away 1 million free 6-inch subs today in the US. Knowing how big this relaunch was, we pre-ordered as much food and protein? Gross. As possible, so we're somewhat insulated. He really likes that word. Well, let's see how it went. According to Yahoo Life, because I can't access the Business Insider article without paying a subscription fee, Subway couldn't even give its sandwiches away for free in latest revamp move, Insider says. And so Yahoo Life on July 19th here quotes parts of the Insider article and the New York Post, a food critic for which calling their newly launched sandwiches just as vile as the old ones. Ouch. And according to one West Coast operator who spoke to us under the condition of anonymity, the menu upgrades Subway's rolled out are nothing but smoke and mirrors. The chain claims their new bacon is crispier, the new quote-unquote turkey and ham sliced deli thin, and the new steak is thicker and juicier. But according to our inside source, the changes have consisted of nothing but minor tweaks to existing ingredients. The source said, "Our turkey may be sliced more thinly now, but it's still the exact same turkey we were using before." Other changes, like the addition of mozzarella, rotisserie chicken, and roast beef, which isn't even available yet according to the Washington Post, are apparently just things that were previously on the menu. The source goes on to say, "We had rotisserie chicken on the menu a year ago. It's now back on the menu, and that's a revolution?" Subway announced that on July 13th it would give away 1 million free sandwiches to the first 50 customers at each of their locations. Subway couldn't even give away their planned number of free sandwiches because customers simply didn't want them. It says here the average number of free sandwiches given away was a measly 20 per location instead of the 50 per location they wanted to. But that mostly backfired and then cost the franchisees money. The free sandwiches ended up hurting the already struggling operators. They comped $1.60 per sandwich, which is the cost of ingredients, but the labor cost and every other cost was borne by the franchisees. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm only going to be eating Subway under the exact same conditions I ate them before, when I have, no other option, and I'm looking for something a little damp. Peace.
What was going on in here? The windows are steamed up like when Subway's making the bread.
Hey, what's going on in here?
We're making the bread, sir.
Good. Now get back to making sandwiches with the shiniest turkey on earth.
Subway, have it your way if your way is very wet.